Warm welcome to CA Raja classes and thank you so much for joining this mini and micro webinar. Before we get into the discussion, let me just take a couple of minutes to introduce myself. I am CA N Raja, a chartered accountant by qualification, a teacher and trainer by passion, and teacher for 3 lakh plus students worldwide. I started my career as a banker with State Bank of India. Then after a period of 4 years, I got into CA practice. I had my practice for 7.5 years. But I realized my calling is teaching. I started focusing on teaching and training, and today, with the blessings of God, we have 3 lakh plus students worldwide. So now it's time for us to get into the session.
In balance sheet, what you basically see, assets, liabilities, equity, right? When you review the assets, when you go through the fixed assets, when you see the capital work in progress, number one, understand whether all this investment in fixed assets, let it be tangible or intangible, whether these investments are made in the productive assets or non-productive assets, because only productive assets will generate revenue for the business. Non-productive assets, after a certain point of time, it will become a burden for the business. Okay, so when you are evaluating the fixed assets, when you are reading the fixed asset schedule, try to understand whether they are having productive assets or non-productive assets. Number one. Number two, if you see this capital work in progress, and if the capital work in progress is continuing for few years, then what does that mean? The capital work in progress is not getting completed. It is not getting converted as fixed assets. And what that could mean, it could mean the project is getting delayed, the projects are getting stalled, and it will have significant impact. Okay, so pay attention to this. Number two, look at their depreciation policy. Whether they are going for aggressive capitalization or whether they are going for low depreciation. See, both will have some kind of impact, because if there is going to be an aggressive capitalization, then what is going to happen? There will be higher depreciation and lesser profit. And if they are going for a low depreciation, it means low capitalization, there will be low depreciation, but that will inflate the profit. Okay, so understand, try to understand. And number three, very important, very important. Analyze their investments. Analyze their investments. In balance sheet under non-current assets, see the heading of investments. Understand where they are investing. Are they making strategic investments like investing in subsidiaries, joint ventures, or are they just making some non-core investments like randomly or simply investing in stocks, shares, mutual funds? Try to understand. If they are making strategic investments like investing in subsidiary joint venture, they may have some motive, right? Investing in subsidiary, maybe with an intention to expand, or maybe to achieve some kind of a integration, backward integration, forward integration. What is the objective? But if they are investing in non-core investment, does that mean they have money, but they don't know how to invest in their core business? You have to understand. So look at it from that angle. Then look at their current asset composition, the composition of inventories and receivables. Higher inventory means funds are getting locked. Lower inventory means production can be interrupted. So what is required is optimum level of inventory. Higher inventory means funds are getting locked or sales is not happening. Lower inventory means production may get interrupted, right? Or you have to see whether there is going to be any working capital challenges here. Next, analyze the receivables. Higher level of receivables means either higher sales and as a result higher receivables, or those customers who purchased on credit are not making payment. What is the exact issue? Try to understand. Because rising debtor level can signal what? Weak recovery. It is mentioned. Rising debtor may signal weak recovery. Okay. Then look into their other assets like cash and bank balances, other current assets, especially focus on other current assets, because many items will go and hide under other current assets. So there can be like diversion to related parties. There can be funds going to related parties in the name of loans or some siphoning. Everything will happen in the disguise of other current assets. So understand, focus on that.
Thank you for watching this webinar. I am sure you have derived value from this webinar. And if you wish to learn more, I have some good opportunity for you. What is that? Check out.
It is this Credit and Financial Analysis Mastery course exclusively designed for bankers and for those who want to have bankers' point of view. This is a course which we have developed after a detailed analysis, a thorough discussion with several hundreds of bankers and finance professionals. We have identified what is their exact requirement when it comes to SME and corporate credit and financial analysis. In this mastery bundle, I'm going to give you access to various courses. To start with, we have course number 1, Basics of Credit Analysis. In this course, we have explained the basics of credit analysis through various sections, section 1 to 9. Next comes course number 2, that is how to read balance sheet. In this course, we have explained what is balance sheet, how to read them, how to approach them by using real life financial statements. Then comes course number 3, how to do financial ratio analysis like a banker. In this course, we have explained all critical ratios that are analyzed by the bankers, and we have also explained through case studies. Then we have course number 4, how to do cash flow analysis. So through this course you will understand what is cash flow analysis, how to do a typical cash flow analysis. We have used case studies, and reference to Ind AS is also included in this course. Then we have course number 5, that is how to do fund flow analysis. This is a critical financial analysis tool, and in this course you will learn what is fund flow statement, how to analyze them from banker's angle, how to prepare fund flow statement from academic angle as well. So overall 5 courses, each 1499. So aggregate price should be 7495, but you are not going to pay that. For you it's just rupees 2499 for 1 year access, or rupees 4999 for lifetime access. And it is not yet over, you have some more bonus. Bonus is course number 6, how to carry out credit risk rating for non-trading entities. These are all the topics covered in this course. Then course number 7, it is how to carry out credit risk rating for trading entities. Not yet over, you also have access to course number 8, that is how to prepare CMA report for bank loans. It's a comprehensive course which will run for 8 plus 5 hours, and you will learn entire CMA report preparation process. And course number 9, how to prepare cash budget for bank loans. Course number 10, how to assess fund-based working capital. So in this course you will understand what is working capital, what are working capital credit facilities, and how to assess them, what are the key ratios that are related to working capital, and what are the additional key analysis that will be done by bankers on working capital matters. You will get a comprehensive understanding of cash credit, export finance, and there are certain on-demand videos as well. So 5 plus 5, 10 courses of value close to 15,000 rupees, but you are going to get it for 1 year access rupees 2499, lifetime access rupees 4999. Not yet over. You are going to get access to the 11th course, how to assess non-fund based credit facility. So in this course you will learn about letter of credit, bank guarantee, its assessment as well. Then comes course number 12, how to do term loan appraisal and assessment, because it's a complex process with a lot many technicalities. So this course covers all in detail. And course number 13, basic elements of loan proposal. So how a typical loan proposal will be, what are the basic elements that are covered in this course. And we have course number 14, case study on credit analysis. Various case studies based on practical experience and discussion with various bankers and finance professionals are included in this course. And course number 15, this is about collateral securities, where you get knowledge about collateral securities. So overall it's 15 courses of value close to 22,485. It's 1,000 plus lectures. You can subscribe for 1 year access or lifetime access as you wish. These are all pre-recorded courses, so you can access them anytime as per your convenience. You can access them in mobile app or desktop, and for you the price is not 22,485, it is rather 2,499 for 1 year access or 4,999 for lifetime access. You can check the link in description where without using any discount coupon code, you can enroll at this discounted price because it's a discount applied link. And not yet over, you're also eligible for some more bonus. The bonus is access to various ebooks and e-resources. You are going to get access to various financial ratios ebooks, financial management related ebooks. You will get access to financial analysis related ebooks, credit analysis ebooks. Not yet over, you will also get access to other resources like test series, templates, audiobooks, video books, career guidance material, and a bonus resource. Check the link in description and enroll now.